I'm an educationist. That means I'm a trained teacher.
Okay.
And I've taught for more than 2 decades.
Wow.
I have 2 sons.
Okay.
And the older son is living on the edge of the autism spectrum.
Okay.
And that is how I became an autism advocate.
Wow. Wow. So how has the journey been? Challenging, I know, for the most part.
It's been a very tough one. It's been very educative
as well. Yes, because you learn.
At least I've been able to assist other people with my knowledge.
That's great.
Research that I've done over the years because of this condition. It's been financially draining. Yes, that. And but it's been worthwhile because every mother, of course, all things being equal, loves her child, and we want to give them the best that we can. So it's been rewarding. The effort has been rewarding because,
and has paid off.
Yes, it has paid off.
Yeah,
it has.
So I'm very encouraged with that. So would you like to share your story with us, please?
Okay. So autism spectrum disorder. The word spectrum also means spread. Or range. So it's a range of disorders. Which means you can go from
the symptoms
good to very bad.
Good to very bad.
So fortunately for me, he is living on the edge of the spectrum. He is highly functioning. He's a high functioning autism
So when
patient.
you say high functioning?
Yes, he's independent. He can take care of himself.
Oh, that's
he's 12
great.
now.
That's great.
Yes, he can read, he can write.
Wow.
He attends school for typical children now. And
so that means at some point he started with school for children with special needs.
No, he went to a Montessori school. Because Montessori and school for special needs use almost the same methods to teach children.
How were you able to get him to this point?
Okay, so I noticed after a few months after birth, that he wasn't making eye contact. You know, if you talk to him, he would not look at your face. He would not look into your eyes.
And ordinarily,
he looked
babies.
away. Yes. So, and as the months went by, I noticed that he was not showing other developmental milestones. You know, maybe grabbing my glasses or even he was just too passive. Yes, and he was hyperactive at the same time, but not showing those. The hyperactivity did not show those activities that should have been milestone activities. Yes, and then he had this shrill cry. His voice was really high.
When he cries?
Yes, when he cries. And he cried a lot. He cried so much that people were worried for us. And they felt that he would get sick if we didn't do something about it. So when he was about 2, he started mimicking people. Repeating what they said. He wasn't actually talking, but he was mimicking what other people said. Yes, words even. I'm going, and then he'll repeat, I'm going. When he was a year and about 8 months.
Wow.
You know, then about 2 plus, that stopped. He stopped talking completely, and he started gesturing to indicate whatever he wanted. You know, he wanted me to back him. He would touch the wrapper and all of that. So I felt that something was wrong. But people around kept, trying to convince my husband and I that, and me rather, that nothing was wrong with him, and that these were just normal things. Some children talk late. Yes. So I was not convinced. I knew something was wrong. He was also not very affectionate. He was not affectionate at all. Not even very. He was not affectionate.
As a baby?
As a baby.
How were you expecting him to show affection?
Him, I expected him to hug me back. He wasn't doing that. He was just stiff, even at 2. And he would not point at objects. And even when you pointed at objects, he would not look that way. If you told him, look at that, he wouldn't look that way. So all these signs made me worried. I started talking to people. When I wasn't getting the kind of encouragement and response I wanted. I took him to, after convincing the dad, I took him to a hospital to see a pediatrician. The woman wasn't convinced that he had autism. But she told
And she
me
was a specialist.
that if he has autism, then he's on the edge of the spectrum.
Okay, of the spectrum.
Because she's not seeing strong indications,
Okay, symptoms.
strong symptoms. And then besides that, you have to have stayed with him for some time before you can really, or you can't do an observation under an hour or 30 minutes.
Okay, so it seemed that normal.
It seemed that normal. So that was how I at least I got a confirmation that something is wrong, truly, you know. So I took him to a school in Igbagada. It's a Montessori school. Okay. I taught there for a while.
Okay.
In the past. So the woman has dealt with children like that in the past. So she agreed to take him on and told me, don't worry.
But did she have other children with that condition?
Yes. Oh, she had, back then she had 2.
Okay.
That were even worse. They
were deeper into the spectrum.
deeper into the spectrum than my boy. Okay. So we took him there during the summer holidays, and within 3 weeks, my boy started talking.
Amazing.
He started saying, don't put it in your mouth. Wow. And all of that, it was like a miracle.
Wow, you must have been so happy.
So we were really happy. So we decided to enroll him there. We said, it seems this will work.
Yeah, it's working.
We started seeing some improvements, you know. Like, it was almost 4 by the time we enrolled him there. Okay. Unfortunately, his father didn't buy into the idea early enough because of all the reassurances from people. Okay. So he started talking, then he started learning to read. Because before then, he could say the alphabets and the numbers up to a point, but he couldn't identify them. He couldn't point at an alphabet or a number. Okay. If you asked him, touch A. Okay. So when he started with them, he started doing that. Okay. And then he started reading 2-letter words and 3-letter words. That's nice. And all of that. So it was a great relief.
Oh, it is.
We didn't expect the progress to be that fast.
That fast, yes.
So, but unfortunately, other people are not so fortunate. Yes. Because some are far worse than that. So identifying early is key. Yes. Early intervention is key. Yeah. Early intervention.
So even when people are giving you assurances and it doesn't sit well with you, take that child for...
One of the best diagnosis is the one that the parent does, the mother especially. You have to observe the child. Yeah. You have to observe from. And autism is so prevalent now that it's very important for parents, especially mothers, to check. Yes, pay attention to their children. How is this child developing? You could research, you know, milestones. What do you expect at this month, at this age, and you know, so that you can make sure that he's developing the way that he should.